See, I know you know what happened to Corey. Diddy?
Eh, the
Fuck
tickle.
you, Sean. Both of y'all. I got you, bitch. I told you. Fuck you. He's a gay porn star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. Fuck you! You fucking CI bitch!
Jaguar Wright just went after Diddy, and she's not holding back. With news of his arrest circulating, she was ready to respond, stirring things up in the music industry. This isn't just celebrity gossip. It's about to get messy. If you don't know Jaguar, she's a soul singer who's worked with big names, but is even more famous for exposing industry secrets. When she talks, people listen. She means business.
I don't know what it's going to do. I know what they're intending for it to do. I can tell you what I'm hoping it will do. Wake people up. Wake up. Too many people were shocked today. Too many. Way too many. I've been saying this for 4 years publicly. Why are you surprised? Why is anyone shocked? Why are people still questioning whether or not Diddy is the devil? Who offers to pay $75 million to get out of jail and they say, yeah, no, not enough? I mean, are we really thinking everyone's talking about his potential bond fees and set bond amounts? Is nobody not looking at how astronomical these numbers are? When's the last American we heard of that needed more than $20 million to get out of jail?
Right. Takashi offered 3 million on, like for murder charges, and he offered 75 million for sex trafficking.
So if you offer that amount of money and they say, yeah, no, we're gonna put you in jail instead, yeah. I really thought they was gonna let him go. I had started to think that he was gonna get the bond. I was happy with ankle monitor, relinquishing your passport, no G5s, no more freak off, no 2C. I thought that, but no bond, no bail. That's amazing.
What do you
That just makes me believe in God even more. you know.
now that he can't get out? How do you
Hey,
think his
angel baby.
Hi, Jag? Uh, how do you think his behaviors are going to change? Um, since not being released on bond, he has to, stay in jail. How do you think his behavior is going to be moving forward?
Let me be very clear about this. I am not a behavioral specialist or expert in any way, but I am a person who has been around a lot of scumbags and I got a lot of history. And what I know about scumbags is caught or not caught, they're not changing nothing. You got to think about all of the 1,001 bottles of baby oil. What sane person does that? Like, why is nobody questioning the sociopathy of a person that's capable of doing all of these things that we're talking about? Now the lawyer is saying that the only reason that what we saw happen to Cassie on camera was because she went through his phone, got mad at what she saw, threw it at the back of his head, and that was his reaction.
Before we get into all of Jaguar's tea, let's rewind for a second. What's this arrest drama that has everyone talking? Diddy's latest situation might be his biggest yet. So, what's the real story behind those handcuffs? On March 25, 2024, Diddy's world flipped when federal agents raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami at the same time. The charges are serious: sex trafficking, sexual assault, and even RICO charges.
Can you imagine if somebody came up to you during a winter where there was some snow, which rarely happens in Texas, but if somebody came up to you and threw a snowball in your face and you pulled out an AK pow pow, and that was your response? Like, anyone would say that that was insane.
Yeah, let me ask you. Just, I'm curious. The average human probably use how much baby oil in a year?
I don't know because I don't use that stuff at all. It clogs up the pores.
No,
I
the
use shea
average.
butter. But back in the days
Shea butter.
before I made it and got my hands on some good stuff, when I did use baby oil, a bottle would last me at least 4 months.
At least, right?
And if I air dried and I did the baby oil in the shower and air dry, I needed even less.
Hmm.
Yeah, I could last up to 5, maybe even 6 months. So, if you're thinking like a vat of baby oil, I mean, this all sounds very college, very frat boyish.
Hmm.
Like KY jelly, wrestling t
Hmm.
shirt contests with girls with big breasts. It sounds a lot like that.
Yeah, it
I
could have
just
been.
want to know, were there women in the tub of baby oil or was that all for meat milk? I mean, 1,001 bottles of baby oil, that might be enough to cover TD cakes. I know it's definitely enough to submerge Khaled up to his chest. Now you put him and Rose in there, you might need to go hit another truck.
There probably is a shortage somewhere. Jack, let me ask you.
I
Because
can
they
think of a
felt.
couple of shortages and a couple rappers' pants. But you were saying,
Let me ask you. They looked at Diddy as one, a possible flight risk, but as two, as he could coerce witnesses. With having $75 million at his disposal, isn't that by nature the exact thing that they're worried about? If you have this much money, that you could make this thing, you could probably make people disappear if you really opted to.
see, this is the thing. That'll just make more trouble. Why would he make more trouble now? He done already bought off and paid off everybody he possibly could. Have you looked at the indictment? Like, he called some witnesses up to 54 times.
Yeah, 200 and how many angels? 200 something people
Yeah.
he tried to reach out to.
Like, what are you running, a telethon or a telemarketing agency? Telemarketers don't make that many calls in one day. Or sometimes not even in a week, all depending on you was on that. You down for Diddy? Like, how does that conversation start? Hey, what's up? I really feel bad about that last time I bashed you in the face with a Ciroc bottle. Look, we good? Like,
The streets are buzzing with theories about Diddy. Some say karma is finally catching up to him, while others are shocked by the news. One thing is certain: the music industry is on edge. Diddy has been a major figure in hip hop for decades, shaping the culture and building an empire. Now, he's facing serious charges that could end his career and land him in prison. Let's face it, this isn't Diddy's first controversy. From the drama with Jennifer Lopez and Shine to the rumors about Biggie's death, he's faced it all. Usually, he comes out fine, but this feels different. The feds are serious, with sex trafficking.
why don't you just talk about Kathy? That might help. That might help a lot.
I would say, if those who don't know who Kathy is.
Kathy Coriana White, Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died 24 hours after she announced that she was going public with their relationship and the baby while he was married to Beyonce.
Now,
Was it
Jack,
an aneurysm, Diddy? Or are you the one who paid the same coroner that you? Mm. Oh, Diddy, you should talk.
do you
You
feel
should talk
and
about that.
do you feel the federal government will probably speak to Jay Z in regards?
They already have.
Oh,
They talked to him before he made that Super Bowl announcement. Isn't that interesting? He was questioned by the feds before he made the Super Bowl announcement. Blink twice. Oh, this about to get fun for me.
yeah. Let
You
me
know,
let me.
there's nothing like. Have you ever seen what happens to a rat when it's trapped in a heated environment?
Oh, it'll eat through anything.
Claw eat its way through anything. So I want y'all to imagine this. I got Jay-Z on his back with his stomach exposed. Diddy is the rat that I'm using. And I'm gonna take a metal trash can and put it right on Jay-Z's stomach with Diddy right in there. And I'm gonna heat that bitch up and see what he eat through.
The
Fuck
tickle.
you, Sean. Both of y'all. I got you, bitch. I told you.
Now I have to ask you a little bit about when you made your comments about Bashir Gray, and now we see that you know, shit, man. Just what are your thoughts? You know, when all
Andy,
this.
if I run into you in public, and when I say Andy, I'm talking about Bashir's mom, I'm gonna kick you in your pussy and then I'm gonna go to work North Philly style, bitch. Fuck you. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay porn star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. Fuck you! You fucking CI bitch! I'm sorry.
Just when you thought the Diddy drama couldn't get any crazier, Jaguar Wright jumps in with a mic drop moment. She's not just chatting, she's calling Diddy out like it's her next hit. What's making Jaguar so bold? Her comments are shaking things up in this scandal-filled situation. As soon as Diddy's arrest news broke, Jaguar had a comeback that left everyone stunned. Known for her honesty, she's not holding back this time, hitting Diddy on everything from his business practices to his personal life. Her first jab? She called Diddy a slave master, accusing him of exploiting artists. That's not just shade, it's serious.
Mr. Gray, man, if he needs prayer, I don't even know what's
See,
going
they
on, man.
trying to slay him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay, okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson and Johnson. You just come on, come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All
Yeah,
that
yeah.
talent, all that talent, and they fucking and she let Charlie tune that boy up on coke, knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD.
Mm.
What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a Philly whore. You're a whore. You're a bigger whore than they're making your son out to be. That's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry. The Bashir conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his fucking book.
Mm. Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
Don't nobody
Definitely.
care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.
So, Jack, I want to ask you, as the U.S. attorney came on and spoke on the indictment, next to him you see six U.S. AUSAs, his assistant attorneys. I believe one pregnant, one a little older, but all white women. What are your thoughts on that when you see six women assisting the U.S. attorney
A
to
small choruses of Nancy Graces?
basically
I think it's fabulous.
need it?
Sean P. Combs, he's a bad guy. Yeah. Can't wait to see it.
Would you like a woman to be the judge over this thing?
Oh, that would
Or
be beautiful. That would be beautiful.
I don't think that'll happen.
But do you know who I would rather see a woman preside over? Jennifer Lopez. When she's finally held accountable for the part she played in the harm that was put on Natanya Rubin's life.
Do you think they'll bring up charges on Jennifer Lopez?
They better. She committed perjury. And the attorney that was representing the defense side of that suborned perjury. Last time I checked, there's no statute of limitation on perjury. We can start there. Let's bring Jenny to the cell block. She's been to every other block.
Sometimes they'll open up a case to bring light on other cases. Do you feel the Shine, the club night with him and Jennifer Lopez will come back to light?
Oh, absolutely. It has to. It has to.
You might be thinking, why listen to Jaguar? What does she know? Here's the deal. Jaguar has been in the industry for a long time. She's worked with big names and seen a lot, so when she speaks, people pay attention. Right now, she's not holding back, and with Diddy in trouble, she's ready to share her thoughts. Some see her as brave, while others think she's just seeking attention. Regardless, her words are striking a chord. So, what does this mean for Diddy? It's not looking good. Jaguar's comments are making things worse for him, especially with the feds involved.
Some dudes belong in jail based on what they do and how they do it. We know that to be true. And it's just this situation, man, when they get down to all the facts and all what happened, he may belong in jail, bruh. And that's not my doing. That's not Cassie doing. That's his doing and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You got to realize, man, he learned from Andre Harrell. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clyde Davis. You understand? When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's going to make him think that he could get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, you know, the touchy-feely between two men and all that stuff like that, man. All that, he learned that from them dudes. When I told y'all the story, when me and my man went up to Russell Simmons and he had house and he had a man in bikini drawers in his bedroom, in his bed. You understand? Bruh, this is that he learned. I'm assuming he learned it from them. Let me put that. And I'm not going to say alleged because I saw that for my own self. My man was with me, Slick was with me, and we saw that for our own self. You understand what I'm saying? So these are behaviors and things that with drugs and all the stuff that's going on, pills, drinking, it can make this man into a monster, and that's what it did, bruh. It made him into a monster, bruh. I personally feel like he got a lot of the things that he did from his mentor, and then he probably did it to the 10th power. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he was a drug abuser. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he used to put his hands on women. So it's a learned behavior, bruh. Some of that stuff may be in him through his childhood. Through his childhood, he may have some of that things in him, but a lot of things that he was doing was a learned behavior, bruh. You just don't just turn it in a matter of years the way he was doing people, man. You understand? Check this out, bruh. He led Biggs to his death. He caused a rift between Wolf and BMF that led to Wolf death. Cussed Wolf mother out. Lied about owing him $300,000. Cause you had asked me how I feel, and I'm gonna get into how I feel. Took a good friend of ours who raised money when he had the City College tragedy. A good friend of ours did things to make him popular in Harlem. Let him hang with us, be part of our crew the whole 9 yards. Disrespected him and wouldn't help him. This is how I feel about him being locked up and going to jail. Some people, their karma is so strong for what they do and what they did. The stuff that he did to Craig Mack. You understand what I'm saying? The stuff that he did to Black Rob and all those people in the spiritual world right now. His karma was about to catch up and was bound to catch up with him. You understand what I'm saying? His karma was bound to catch up with him, brother. So all these things that's going on right now, the learned behavior, what he got from these people who was not living spiritually correct with their behaviors and the things that they've done. He go and transfer and do that to people with the fact of all these people that he's hurt, that always helped him and been on his side and been there for him. What's happening to him now is one of the greatest tragedies that we're gonna ever read about, bruh. This is going to be one of the greatest tragedies that Shakespeare couldn't write in Richard. He couldn't write it in Macbeth. He couldn't write this shit in Romeo and Juliet. This is going to be one of the greatest tragedies of hip hop, along with Pac's death, along with Big's death. And he brought it on himself because he knew that he was wrong, and he knew that he learned something that wasn't right. He know different from right and wrong, bruh. You have a way to change. You know when something is right and when something is wrong, and you know if you're wrong, you get help. He didn't choose none of that, bruh. He chose to be who he is, and now he gonna learn. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Girl, the streets are buzzing, and Jaguar isn't the only one with receipts. Whispers are growing louder, hashtags are trending, and some A-listers are sweating, wondering who's next to spill the tea. Jaguar's takedown of Diddy has set the industry ablaze, and everyone's feeling the heat. It's like she's a match in a room full of fireworks, and we're all waiting for the next explosion. The tea is hot and spilling everywhere. Social media is buzzing, with Diddy arrested and Jaguar trending faster than you can refresh. Memes are everywhere, featuring Diddy in jail stripes and Jaguar as a truth-telling superhero. It's wild out here, and the internet is loving it. But it's not just random folks stirring things up. Some big names are joining the fray.
He knows at this point in time Keefe D ain't do it. He's already made it very clear he had a profit deal, which means he's been working with the government all this time. When are people going to start asking how long Diddy and Jay-Z have been cooperating with the government as well? Everybody was cooperating with the feds but them? Doesn't make any sense. What I do know, though, is that everyone is starting to notice things that they didn't notice 15, 20 years ago. Suge isn't looking like the monster that everyone painted him out to be. And Diddy sure ain't no choir boy. The more we start to uncover things, we're starting to realize that we've whatever we've been led to believe, it's actually the exact opposite. Like I told you, you guys got to talk to that girl Love Jones and talk about her times last summer on a Sprinter van, and where she was put in the van given a drink of De Leon. She said it didn't feel like an alcohol high. It felt different. She felt tingled all over almost instantly. Y'all need to talk to her. Because she was partying with, I believe, Justin and Christian Combs. This was last summer.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Man, with that being said, Jag, this thing right now, Diddy is set to go in front of another judge by tomorrow to speak again on the bond, if he's possible, if he gets out or not. As you stated, you expected him to actually get bond. If he doesn't, and this case takes months to go, will you at least be having somewhat of some type of satisfaction that he at least doesn't get to sit in a mansion or a nice hotel, but he has to now eat cup noodles, sleep on a bunk, get 3-minute showers, uh, live this life based on what is alleged that he was doing this whole time.
The only thing that he could do that would bring me satisfaction is confess to all of his sins and crimes, point out all of his accomplices and his buddies, and create a reparations fund for every victim. That's the only thing he could do that would give me satisfaction. Right now, the thing that's bothering me is that the world, as usual, is taking too long to catch up to the very real truth that I share. And we need to ask ourselves how many victims were still being made victims in the victim making machine for the past 4 years that I've been telling all of y'all this. See, that's the part that nobody's thinking about. Jaguar Wright was out there yelling and screaming and yelling and screaming, monster, 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 monster. And everybody kept saying, she's lying, she's lying, she's lying. Meanwhile, the monster is, where's the baby oil in the butt plug? Let's go! And just last summer, a young woman who's a CC here on YouTube, who goes by the name Love Jones, was allegedly drugged and almost assaulted by the Combs boys. See what I'm saying? Because we didn't want to accept the truth, more people were hurt by that lie. How many of them wished y'all had to believe me sooner? See what I'm saying? It's bittersweet for me because I'm speaking for them. It's bittersweet. I'm just praying that they will keep him in because I think that will give a lot of victims the courage to say and speak and come forward. But until they're good for it, I'm gonna keep doing it. The Jay-Z victims are gonna be worse. They're worse because of the psychological torture that comes along with what he does. Like
Do
I
you
said,
think do you think Jay Z is scared right now?
oh, he's terrified. He's terrified. He's losing confidence everywhere. But the only confidence he's worried about keeping secure are those white boys that he worked for. That's his only loyalty. Not even to his wife is he loyal.
But what do you think? And just again, hypothetically, if if his kids, as young as they are, asked, "Daddy, who's that man on TV getting arrested? Isn't that your friend?" What would his response be?
He wouldn't respond. He would just laugh and walk away. That's
Mm.
Sean Carter. He doesn't own up to anything. Ever. Gaslight you right in your face. Do it smooth. He's a sociopath. He doesn't have any real feelings or emotions. Everything is transactional. You know? I think the only time he's really comfortable and happy in his own skin is when he's laying in the warm embrace of a man.
Jack, come on, Jack,
What?
come on, man. You can't paint those kind
What?
of pictures into people's heads, man.
Why it got painted in the mind with the videotape that I saw of him looking very happy in the embrace of a man.
Wondering why more aren't speaking up? It's a big question. Some are scared. One wrong move can end a career, while others may be waiting for the right moment. Jaguar has opened the floodgates, sparking curiosity about who will be next. Insiders say she's just the tip of the iceberg, with wild rumors about other artists' past issues with Diddy. Jaguar's comments have people questioning the whole industry, suggesting there are more hidden secrets. This could change everything. Quiet voices may now feel empowered to share their stories, potentially ushering in a new era in music. What's next? More artists speaking out, others sweating under scrutiny. Only time will tell, but the industry is in for a shakeup.
Wow. Well, with that being said, the world is seeing, the world is hearing, and the world is on notice. I mean, the world is gonna say the name Jaguar Wright, given to by your father, probably for a while going forward.
As long as that name stands for truth, justice, and bravery, I don't care. You know, my name isn't even my name anymore. It's a symbol. When people hear my name, it inspires immediate emotions and responses. I stopped being a person the second I decided to do this. I'm an institution for
Mm.
justice. And when people hear the name Jaguar, they know it stands for that. So I hope that that name goes farther than me.
Oh
I
yeah,
hope everyone becomes a little Jaguar, you know?
it may become synonymous with truth, justice, and
Cruelty free.
yeah, for
That
sure,
part!
for sure.
Where was cruelty free for Bashir?
Mm.
I wish I could have had cruelty free up and running.
Mm.
even if it's just for his sake.
Yeah.
Him, Giovanni, and Bobby, Christina. And he's the only one left, and this is what's left.
Mm. Definitely, yes. We have to pay attention. We have to take notice. So, with that being
I
said,
can't
Jack,
every time I'm sorry.
no, understandable.
That poor kid.
Understandable. With that being said, Jay, let's have this moment. Let's take a quick recess. I want you to, of course, take some time. We'll have a quick recess. We'll come right back to you in a second, okay? But again, thank you for the bravery.
Thank you,
Thank you
Jay.
for your bravery. Truth is, if y'all had known what we was getting into, you probably would have said we cool in the interview.
Right.
Mm,
Isn't it God? Isn't it just like God?
mm.
You know, I love y'all.
This Jaguar and Diddy drama is heating up. Jaguar is serving up all the tea while Diddy's reputation is in shambles. The big question is, what's next for them? For Jaguar, this could be her moment in the spotlight, but will it lead to new opportunities or just more chaos? As for Diddy, he's facing serious charges. If he manages to come out unscathed, can he rebuild, or is his empire on the brink of collapse? This situation raises real questions about the music industry. How many secrets are lurking behind those shiny records? Are we finally witnessing a shift where people feel empowered to speak up? What do you think? Is this the end of an era or just the start of something bigger? The streets are buzzing, and we're all tuned in.